Hey there, it's beginning of April and I wanted to give you a kind of an end of season collard update. You can see I've still got the whole row going behind me. After the initial insect pressure of planting them last end of July, beginning of August of 2020, we've not really used the row cover throughout the winter. We kind of just let them go. So we had some pretty strong lows. We got down to 8 Fahrenheit one day. It was combined with some snow, so there was some natural insulation. But we certainly had these collards survive some pretty cold lows. Was most worried about them just a few nights ago where we'd had sustained like kind of 80 Fahrenheit, 70 Fahrenheit days and pretty high nighttime lows. And then we had a sudden drop down to 21 Fahrenheit for a couple of nights. And I thought that would do some of them in because they were already starting to bolt and flower. But as you can see, I'm going to turn my camera around. As you can see, if we walk down, we've still got really good coverage from the collards. There's definitely gaps where they died throughout the winter, so effectively what we're seeing here is the winter survivors. Hopefully, there's a lot of variables, but hopefully we're capturing some genetics that lead to better winter hardiness for these collards. Not that we have like extreme cold temperatures in western North Carolina. So with so many collard varieties flowering, then seed saving pure varieties would be quite challenging, because you can see these beautiful yellow flowers and they're perfect flowers. So they have stigma and stamen for self-pollination, but they are not self-fertile. So they are obligate outcrossers. They require pollen from a different genetics, so flowers not of the same plant, to cross-pollinate them in order to set seed, at least. Obviously you can grow collards all day long, but if you want seeds and successful pollination, then you've got to have more than one plant, and so the flowers cannot self-pollinate. So what that means in effect is, if you have a field like this full of different varieties, then there is an extremely high chance of cross-pollination between the varieties, because insects are required to carry pollen. Now it could just happen within these Old Timey Blue, but I've only got 8 plants of Old Timey Blue. Right behind them there is E.B. Paul, right next to them there is Old Brick House, right next to that is Green Glaze, right? So we're definitely creating a situation where there's a high chance of genetics mixing up. So what we've decided to do with the Utopian Seed Project is say, well, these are the survivors that we see here, and we are going to allow the whole 21 varieties to cross-pollinate with each other. And when we save seeds, we are effectively saving like a crazy broad genetic mix, which will continue to plant for a number of seasons. And as long as we keep saving seeds from the survivors each year and record those lows that these collards go through, because it's possible for us to get down to like 0 and below 0, then hopefully we can have a real diverse, cold hardy, tasty WNC Collard Landrace being developed here. So it's a pretty exciting project, and in some ways it's kind of cheating because it makes seed saving really easy if you don't have to worry about isolation and cross-pollination.